What's up, guys? It's DJ. Welcome to Gamma Bro Hulk Reviews. Now for your Gamma Dose of the Jade Giant. Today's featured Hulk item is Diamond Select Toys, Marvel Select Ultimate Hulk, and the review is coming up next. Thanks for joining me today, guys. So Diamond Select Toys, they're the distributor and creator of Marvel Select, and Marvel Select is the competitors to Marvel Legends, but they basically do their own thing. Marvel Legends are around 6-7 inches, and Marvel Selects are 8, 9, 10 inches for the Hulks. So the difference in the Selects are less articulation, a little bit more detail, and just generally bigger, bulkier figures. So Ultimate Hulk is a fun character, gray instead of green. He's more wild personality-wise. He likes to antagonize people. He's a very aggressive character. Not quite as strong as our 616 Green Hulk, but pretty powerful in his own right, and an enjoyable comic run as well if you like the Ultimate series. This particular figure is rare in its own right because they never made another Ultimate Hulk. So this is the only available figure of this particular version of Hulk. So now we'll dive right into the review. So we'll jump right into Sculpt. So Ultimate Hulk, you can see, has a little bit more personality and attitude. He likes to, get under people's skin. He has more of a buzz cut on the sides of his face for his hair. I think Marvel Select did a pretty good job at portraying what this particular Hulk looks like. They did a good job in the eyes. Got his classic blue eyes for Gray Hulk. He's got his grimy, dirty teeth. This whole figure just really emphasizes grit and like a grainy griminess to it. So all these like marks and stuff in the teeth are very intentional, and all the shading throughout the face and forehead. I like how it shows his anger with all the different veins going through his face on the side of his eyes and forehead and temples. Looks really, really good. He's a pretty bulky character. Again, he's not as big as Green Hulk, but he's still a pretty jacked version of Hulk. I do like the chest and the abs. I think the sculpt work on the pants looks really nice. He has a decently detailed back and huge forearms, big old grimy hands. So the right arm is a fist and the left arm is the hand. Huge thick thighs. Nice sculpt on the calves. Again, I think they nailed the Ultimate Hulk look. I will give this a B+ for sculpt. I think for paint, I also think they did a pretty good job. Either you like this type of paintwork or you don't. They definitely put effort into it, but it's very unique in the sense how gritty and grimy it really is. So good job on the eyes. You can see black underneath the eyes and to really make him look angry. A little bit black underneath the lips. Again, those like markings on the teeth. A lot of wash on the skin. So tons of skin texturing with browns. The nice brown wash running through the entire body. A lot in the ab work there. A nice grimy wash on the pants. So you can see a lot of different blues and grays mixed in there, and light blues, all textured through there. But you can just see all this crazy wash all throughout all the different areas of the muscles. It's almost too much in my opinion. I think they really kind of overdid it with the wash on this. Again, it is kind of going with the artwork and the style of the figure. And I usually do always recommend putting a nice wash over the paint. But you can just see, just in certain areas, it's really glopped on there. Nice texturing on the fingernails and the paint on the fingernails, which is done well. But every crack and crevice really emphasizes the browns to really make it pop. Now, what's unique about the paint for this particular figure is they re-released this on, I think 3 different occasions. And every variant of these is different. So this particular one is, I think, the most accurate to what the comic is like. So this is the one I went with. But there are 2 other versions out there. There's a dark-skinned, clean version where there's not that much griminess and weathering on it, with a lot lighter blue pants. And then there's a third variant, which is a really, really dark, almost black-looking Hulk with a lot of light gray griminess instead of the brown. It's a lot of light grays. That one comes with a little cityscape thing that you can put in the background here, and it's about maybe that big. but decent paint overall, and I'll give the paint a B. So now we'll get into quality. So I don't think the quality of this particular figure is that good. Usually a lot of these bigger, bulkier Hulks are really heavy, thick plastic, just super chunky figures. This is definitely a smaller version of those figures. I don't think it's as big and definitely not nearly as heavy. It's very, very hollow feeling, and I don't think the quality of PVC is all that good. You can really see a lot of the molding lines throughout. For those reasons, I don't think it's all that good quality-wise. These you really just pose and put on the shelf, so they won't break. You can definitely play with these if you have kids, and because it's all scuffed up with the paint anyway, you won't be able to see any real markings or anything. But if you drop this from high distances or something, this plastic might crack, just because it's definitely more frail than later Hulks that came out from Marvel Select. So quality, I will give a B- overall. But since I have them here, I can get up and close for you to really get some detail on the face and the chest and all the different color variations in the pants. So in regards to the molding, you can see it starts at the hip here, and you can see the molding line just running all the way down through the leg. And it's just really weird how they decided to mold it that way and put it together that way, but that's what we have. You can just see all the different lines and scuff marks, and I mean, quality control on this particular figure isn't the greatest, but I think that's just the design they were going with. So now we're going to jump into articulation. The joints are pretty good on this, pretty smooth and really no issues at all. So the head turns not really the farthest, but it does turn to the side, which is really cool. You can get a lot of like cool angled shots, which is rare for it to turn like that. It does not go up and down at all, but it does rotate side to side, which is just really, really neat for this particular type of figure. Again, the joints are really, really smooth, really light, as I said, just very, very hollow overall. You have a bicep swivel here. The main downfall for this particular figure is there's no joints in the elbows. So that weird molding that runs all the way through the arm. So you cannot bend the elbows at all. So you're stuck in like these type of poses with the arms extended. The wrist does swivel a little bit, but there's no joints here for the wrist to move. You can move the fists. No elbow joints, bicep joints. So you can put the arms up pretty far and the hands up. They can go in about this far, and they extend really, really wide. So you can get some pretty cool poses there. There is no waist swivel at all. So for legs, they're on these weird hinge joints here that are exposed. So they could just extend out that far. Really ugly, ugly, massive gaps. You have no knee joints at all, which is terrible. And there's a little bit of swivel. The feet can extend in and out pretty far overall, both of them. And just a little bit of swivel, but not much. This foot has way more. So for articulation, I think this is an incredibly weak figure in regards to that, and I will give it a C- overall for articulation. I don't think that's a strong suit. It's basically just made to prop up and put in a nice pose kind of like this and throw it on your shelf. You're not going to get this Hulk into any serious poses. But I think this pose is okay. I think it's pretty good. Different than other Hulk figures in regards to posing, so I don't mind it at all. So for height, he's almost 9 inches tall total. And here's a size comparison to the Marvel Legends Scar figure. See, as I said, this particular figure is smaller scale than a lot of the other Marvel Select Hulks. So if you want to throw an Ultimate Hulk into your Marvel Legends figures, you definitely can do that because I think they scale really good together overall. Now, does this guy have wow factor? I think it's really nice that Diamond Select made an Ultimate Hulk. I think because he's the only Ultimate Hulk out, I think he has a little bit of the wow factor, but I don't think this is a standout figure when you compare it to other Hulk figures. I think I'm very happy to have in the collection. I do like the pose, and Ultimate Hulk is a very cool character, but I'll give the wow factor just an average B overall. So this is an older figure. Again, as I said, there are 2 other variants other than this one, and they all go for around the same price. Diamond Select usually prices them around $35, and that's about what you're going to be paying $25 to $40 on average plus shipping for these figures boxed. You can probably find them loose for $15, $20. If you're a fan of Ultimate Hulk, definitely recommend to get them. It's the only one out there. Is this a standout figure? No. I definitely think it's one of Marvel Select's weakest Hulks, maybe even their weakest Hulk ever. But if you're like me and you collect all Hulks, definitely pick him up, especially because, again, he's the only Ultimate Hulk out there. So overall, I will give this figure a B-. Please Hulk smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.